Okay, getting ready for the Mini 7s to head to the grid very shortly then. And first of all, a couple of interviews for you.
This afternoon, Andrew, a great day for you yesterday in qualification. Talk us through it.
Yeah, quality was okay, yeah, but we had a race yesterday. I ended up finishing 8th, which means the reverse of the grid, so I ended up on pole today, so it should be good fun.
And it was helter-skelter yesterday. The racing was brilliant. It was so much fun to watch. What was it actually like to drive in?
Oh, it's great round here on Silverstone because it's such a vast, open track. You know, there's lots of dicing, lots of slipstreaming, so you never know where you're going to end up.
In that sense, pole isn't always the biggest advantage, is it?
No, it's not. You're a sitting duck.
And how excited are you just to be back this weekend? We've asked this question to a lot of people. Everyone just seems to be delighted to be out of the back of winter and back onto the track again.
Yeah, it's been a long winter. You know, a lot of shed work. It's great to be out with everybody else. You know, back on the track.
How has the preparation gone for you over the winter? Because we've heard from a few people. There's been a lot of time to do a lot of things, but there never seems to be enough time.
Yeah, it's always the thing. You end up at the end of last year, you think all these wonderful things you're going to do, it always ends up being a rush. You know, last minute prep.
And I hear some mods for today as well. Is that understand?
Yeah, it wasn't going brilliantly yesterday, so we've changed a few things, so we'll see what happens.
Well, I wish you all the very best of luck, Andrew.
Thank you.
With Matt Ayres of the Mini 7s ahead of this afternoon's races. Matt, you told me before we came on air, didn't have the best of days yesterday. Talk us through it.
So, qualifying was alright, didn't have one last one. And then halfway through the race, my gearbox decided, I only really want 4th, so it wasn't great, basically destroyed itself. So it was a long last night and all this morning to change the box and get the engine back in. So
all good for this afternoon, though, we think?
I hope so, but you can never be sure with a Mini, to be honest. It's one of them. They break down half the time, they go well half the time. So.
Well, let's hope one was yesterday and one was today. It's a beautiful day here at Silverstone. It's the first weekend of the season. How nice is it to be back racing?
Oh, it's lovely to be back. It's been quite a big off season. It's just great to be here, really. Really nice. I mean, first time here, to be honest. I've been here, but I've never raced it.
Right. Hopefully it goes a little bit better for you today then. Talk to me a little bit about who you got with you. A bit of a family affair, I understand.
Yeah, so I got both the parents just helping me out, and so dad on the spanners and mum just generally helping out. She went and fetched the box actually yesterday, so...
Been kept busy by this thing, haven't they?
Very, very busy. Yeah, it's not really any time to stop, especially with race round.
What are your hopes and dreams for this afternoon? Should everything work and go well? What are you hoping to achieve?
Just want to finish to start off with, and if it finishes, then hopefully a podium. If it's a podium, then let's go for the win, but definitely finish. So.
Yeah, let's start from there first, Best of luck, Matt.
Well, thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Well, good to hear from a couple of the drivers there ahead of our second thrash of the weekend for the Dunlop Mini 7 Challenge in association with Mini Spares. The results of race 1 yesterday forming the basis for the grid, but with the top 8 reverse. So one of the men we just heard from, Andrew Devaney, starts in pole position in car number 77, alongside him 33 of Adam Gould. Second row 99, Nick Croydon Fowler, and 49 of Ross Billison. Third row 41, Jonathan Lewis, and number 2 of Spencer Wanstall. And on the fourth row, reigning champion number 1, or 01 to be precise, Jeff Smith, starts alongside yesterday's winner number 80, Joe Thompson. The fifth row, number 4, Lee Roberts, and 6, Graham Davis. And 2 non-finishers from yesterday's race on the next row, 87, which is Conor O'Brien, and Joe Polly in car 76. She went off on the first lap of yesterday's race. Then we've got the S-Class, which is the scholarship drivers for newcomers to racing. In pole position for them, again the top 8 is reversed from yesterday's finishers in that class. Darren Cox starts on pole in 732 alongside 796 of Mark Chappell. Arnold Duncan and Stuart Gilby on the second row. Then we've got 758 Matt Ayres, who we just heard from, and teenager Ryan Taylor, number 784, only his second ever circuit race meeting. Greg Dorr, 712, and yesterday's class winner Michael Winkworth in 728 on row 4 of the scholarship grid. 766 of Jeff Williams and John Coburn Evans in 763 are next. John recovering from a spin in yesterday's race. Greg Corson and Damien Harrington, who retired with a few issues in yesterday's race on the 15th row. The final row, Dave Rees in the Pea Green racing car number 777, and 744 of Ben Seafried rounds out the grid. This will be a 20-minute race for the Mini 7s. These are 1 litre minis, Slightly less tuning in the scholarship class cars. It's Andrew Devaney's green and white machine that will start on pole position. Was a bit mired in the pack in yesterday's race. Free run from pole position this time around. There is Jeff Smith, the 0-1 car, the reigning champion. Had a good battle with Joe Thompson in the red and white number 80 there. Tried for a last bend lunge, but he got up on the curb coming through Vale for the last time. Jeff Smith got onto two wheels, and Joe Thompson was able to hold on to take the first win of the season in the Championship League. We only saw one appearance from Joe last season at Thruxton. He did manage a win on that occasion though. Pole position Andrew Devaney, number 77. He was third in last year's championship, so will be a contender here. Had a couple of wins last year, alongside Adam Gould in the 33 car. He was only 16th in the points last year, so a rising star of Mini 7s. The second row, Nick Croydon-Fowler, number 99, the dark green car, alongside Ross Billison. He had a good run yesterday to 5th. Then Jonathan Lewis, very experienced mini racer, alongside last year's championship runner-up, number 2, Spencer Wanstall. Smith and Thompson on row 4. Good to see Joe Polly's there at the back of the 7s grid. She had an off on the first lap yesterday. Comes from the legendary Polly hot rod racing family and Formula 2 stock cars. Dave Polly has been national points champion in Formula 2s. Last few scholarship cars lining up at the back. Michael Winkworth going for a double in that division. Conor O'Brien, last year's scholarship champion, now up in the main class of the championship, is there alongside Joe Polly, having made the move up. So we're almost ready to go. This will be a 20-minute race. This is going to be very close. Away they go. Down towards the first corner at Abbey. Decent start by Andrew Devaney. Not a good start for Nick Croydon-Fowler. He's very slow away. 10-second delay before the scholarship class get underway. It's Andrew Devaney from Adam Gould and Ross Billison into Abbey for the first time. There's Jeff Smith. Not the best of starts from him either. He made a fairly poor start yesterday too and had to fight his way through. Now the cavalry charge. The scholarship class gets underway from further back. We'll see who's got their lead as they head into Abbey for the first time. Looks like it could be the pole sitter that has got the early lead for them, that being 732 of Darren Cox. The 7s pack heads around Beckett's for the first time. It is Andrew Devaney who has held his lead from pole position, moves over to the right. We saw this in the Mini Miglias earlier on. Look at the way Jeff Smith is going, already going for third place as they head down the straight. Joe Thompson following in his slipstream as well. Here's the scholarship class, Darren Cox with the lead of that division. They slide their way around the Beckett's corner. Devaney just holding his lead ahead of the black and gold machine of Adam Gould, Jeff Smith and Joe Thompson way out wide. Not as wide as Jonathan Lewis though. Right out wide, almost onto the dirt there. This is frantic stuff and we haven't even done one lap. Devaney leads the way in the 77. 2 wins for him last season. Third in the points behind Jeff Smith and Spencer Wanstall. It looks like that's Wanstall up into third place there. Car number 2, the pale blue car. Yes, it is, ahead of Jeff Smith. So Ross Billison is back to 5th. Then it's Joe Thompson. Over the line they go to complete lap number 1, and Spencer Wanstall is in attacking mode. Car number 2. Came close to the championship last year, trying to go around the outside of Devaney. There is Jeff Smith, former British touring car racer, in the General Lee Mini, number 01. He takes the win. Listen for the Dixie horn as he crosses the line. It has got one fitted. 3 wide as they come down to Village. Look at Wanstall up the inside. He's going to take the lead. Third to first in one move. Adam Gould got rather swallowed up there. I think Jeff Smith might have got through into second place there, or he's trying to. Side by side as they come into Beckett's. Yes, he's there on the inside. Can he hold it for second place? Wanstall's got the lead. Third to first through the complex. Devaney side by side with Smith. Then we have got Adam Gould, Joe Thompson, Ross Billison, Jonathan Lewis. Behind them, Conor O'Brien in the pink and blue car. Then a small gap back to Lee Robertson, number 4. Then Joe Polly at the back of this group, Graham Davis in the yellow car. Joe Thompson to the inside. He could get through, make up a few places here. They're chopping and changing all the time into Stowe Corner. I think Thompson may have got second place away there. It completely changed coming through there. Wanstall's got the lead. Smith is there on the inside. Can he hold second place? Yes, he can. Billison's in the middle. Oh, there's a bit of a shuffle there and up on the curb. Joe Thompson there. Jeff Smith did that yesterday. Proper Dukes of Hazzard style driving. Jeff Smith in second place then behind Wanstall, last year's 2 championship rivals. Joe Thompson is third. Bit of bodywork goes flying. I think that was from Jonathan Lewis's car possibly. And Andrew Devaney, the pole sitter, has been swallowed up in the pack there as they came down the Hanger Straight. He's behind Ross Billison there in about 6th position. 7 to 8 there, Michael Winkworth has already made his way to the front of the scholarship pack, and we've only done 2 laps. He's a seriously quick driver, Michael Winkworth, in the 7 to 8, the man from Suffolk. Being chased hard by Damien Harrington, looking to make up for a non-finish yesterday. Bit of damage there on the front of the 712, that's Greg Dorr. 795 behind him, Stuart Gilby in the orange car. Scholarship cars make their way through Village. Slip and slide their way around the turn. 732 Darren Cox in the grey car, still 3rd in that group. But great stuff in both our races. Slide their way through, they're so brilliant to watch. Classic mini racing of any kind. The Mini 7 Racing Club, established back in 1966, one of the oldest one-make racing series in the UK. Damien Harrington on the attack here, trying to take the lead of the scholarship class. Greg Dorr attacking the grey machine of Darren Cox. And battle at the back here, Dave Rees and Ben Seafried involved in there. Seafried in the lime green car. Here are our overall leaders, the 7 class. 1 stall from Smith. Joe Thompson is up to 3rd. They've pulled away now from Ross Billison in 4th. Jonathan Lewis is 5th. 6th is the 87 car. That's of Connor O'Brien. Failed to finish yesterday's race, so looking to get some points on the board. Billison defends the inside into the complex. Andrew Devaney behind them. Joe Thompson, yesterday's winner in the number 80 car, he wants a double. Connor O'Brien throws one up the inside, passes Jonathan Lewis. Joe Polly has got ahead of Lee Roberts further back. She is up into 10th place. Car's lost some ground is Adam Gould, who started on the front row, number 33. Here comes Smith attacking round the outside. Can he take lead into Stowe Corner? Yes, he can. Superb from Jet Smith. Didn't even touch the brakes there, just threw it in. Used the sideways movement to screw a bit of speed off and takes the lead. But Spencer Wanstall is fighting back. Here they come into the Vale. He won't get through on the inside there. He's sideways, he clips the curb. Wanstall will lose momentum as a result of that. He could lose 2nd place here to Joe Thompson. They're really flinging these cars around with abandon around the Silverstone International Circuit. It is still Jeff Smith who leads over the line. Wanstall 2nd, Thompson 3rd. They've pulled clear of their opposition. Ross Billison is in 4th place, about 4 seconds back. Joe Thompson wants 2nd place. He wants to go after Jeff Smith to try and take his double in the Altered Image sponsored car, also sponsored by the Motorsport School, based at Mallory Park. If you want to get your racing licence, that's the place to go. Here's the battle for 4th. Billison ahead of Lewis and the rest of them. Here's the battle for the lead in the scholarship class, and to the inside goes Damien Harrington. He led by about 100th of a second at the timing line. They were side by side as he got the inside line away for Abbey Corner. Yes, Damien Harrington takes the lead. Failed to finish yesterday, so he wants to make up for lost points. Through to the complex. Greg Dorr behind them, the car with the yellow roof. Then next behind them is Darren Cox and Matthew Ayres, who we heard from in the paddock before the race. Greg Dorr side by side with Michael Winkworth. They're absolutely together there. Winkworth holds on to that 2nd in class, fighting for 13th overall. Stuart Gilby there, chased by Ryan Taylor, the 16-year-old, in his first ever race meeting at Silverstone. 3rd in class yesterday. Bit of damage on the front of Greg Dorr's car there, you'll notice. He's ahead of Ayres, who's got ahead of Cox. There's a green flag waving there on the Hanger Straight. There must be a yellow at Chapel, so somebody has had an issue there. We've lost 1 car. Jeff Williams, number 766, has pulled into the pits, and there's a slow car that I think that's Spencer Wanstall on the left of the picture there, the light blue car. That's Wanstall, I think, has got a problem. Through goes the 4th place. Well, it'll be 3rd place battle now if that is Wanstall, because he was in 2nd place, and that's a great shame. So it is Smith from Thompson. Then this battle between Billison and the rest of them. We'll see as he comes to. Yes, I think it is Spencer Wanstall that has hit problems. That's a great shame. Ross Billison on the inside, side by side with Andrew Devaney. He's moved back up in this battle among the 7 class. 12 minutes of this race still to go, and we've had a change for the lead in the scholarship as well, because Michael Winkworth has got the lead back again from Damien Harrington. Greg Dorr behind them, then it's Ayres and Cox, then a gap back to Stuart Gilby in the orange and red car, then Ryan Taylor. Damien Harrington to the inside again as they come to Beckett's. He won't get through there. Michael Winkworth holds him off. Hard to know where to look with two racing on. Look how sideways they are on the entry there into the right-hander. Jeff Smith's lead was nearly 1.5 seconds at the end of the previous lap. Still frantic in the midfield. Here's a battle between O'Brien, Devaney, Jonathan Lewis, Ross Billison. Goodness me. That's for third place now because one stall has dropped out. Devaney fourth, Lewis fifth, Billison sixth, Joe Polly seventh, and into the pit lane does go the car of Spencer Wanstall, so he's made it round to the pits. That's the end of his race. So Conor O'Brien, after problems yesterday up into third place, somebody ran wide there over the tarmac runoff area. Was that a back marker or did somebody hit trouble? Couldn't quite see who that was. Conor O'Brien, third overall, last year's scholarship champion. The car you can see tuned by Paul Inch, classic race engines, a Mini expert, all his family have raced Minis over the years. Here are the leaders. Jeff Smith in the 0-1 ahead of Joe Thompson, renewing their battle from yesterday, but the other way round. It was Thompson doing the defending yesterday, and defend he did. That's the car that ran wide, number 707 Greg Corson, who was being lapped. Andrew Devaney up the inside, takes third place into Stowe Corner. The pole sitter for this race, of course. Jonathan Lewis in fifth position. The leaders fling their way through Vale Club. Jeff Smith, whose British Touring Car Championship campaign with Team Eurotech in a Honda a few years ago was sadly ended by injury. Runs a bit wide there through Abbey. This is the scholarship battle. Michael Winkworth and Damien Harrington, and if anything, it's closer here than in the Sevens classification. And look at Harrington round the outside at Stowe Corner. That's brave. I don't think that's going to work. No, it doesn't. He bobs back in behind Michael Winkworth towards Vale. Third in that class is Matthew Ayres now, and a big lock-up at the inside. He throws it on the inside at Vale. I don't think he'll get through there. No, he won't. They've certainly taken their brave pills, these drivers, particularly in scholarship today. Darren Cox in the grey car hanging on to the coattails of Greg Dorr. 5 cars line astern for the scholarship lead. Ryan Taylor trying to close up along with Stuart Gilby as well. Meantime, down at Stowe, Joe Thompson is closing right up on Jeff Smith. Here he goes, he's having a look as they come into Stowe. He goes straight through. Joe Thompson takes the lead for the second time this weekend. I saw Jeff Smith run wide on the last lap coming out of Club Corner. I wonder if he's starting to have a handling problem. He's going to throw on at the inside coming into Vale. No, he's not. Can't get through there on the inside. But whether Jeff is suffering a slight handling issue, I'm not sure. We'll wait and see how things transpire. But Joe Thompson, yes, he's pulling away. Look, I reckon Jeff's got a slight problem here. It's rare to see someone pull away like that. Or is he just trying to lull Joe Thompson into a false sense of security and then try and fight back as he did at the end of the race yesterday and try for a last bend lunge? Joe Thompson did seem to meet little resistance there as he took the lead in the number 80 car, the man from Leicestershire. Is that Spencer Wanstall I saw rejoining there? Quite possibly. Here's the scholarship class. Damien Harrington from Michael Winkworth. They've been swapping the lead all the way through this one. Matt Ayres looking on from behind them. Here's the fight between Ross Billison and Conor O'Brien. Billison has taken third place. Devaney down to fifth, and Lee Roberts sideways there ahead of Jonathan Lewis, Joe Polly and Graham Davis. Behind them Nick Croydon, Fowler and Adam Gould, the 2 black cars. And here comes Jeff Smith fighting back. Joe Thompson tries to run him wide into Stowe Corner, but Smith's going to go round the outside and he retakes the lead. Brilliant from Jeff Smith. Has he gone wide on the exit? Thompson back at the inside. This is tremendous stuff. Now this race is coming alive. Smith on the inside for the left-hander at the Vale, but is Thompson going to out-drag him? They're still side by side on the run. Smith's got the inside behind the curbs, Jeff. You know what happened yesterday? And he's retaken the lead again. I thought he had a problem before. He was just lulling Joe Thompson into a sense of security, I think. Playing mind games, these two. The black and white warning flag is hung out. That's the driving standards flag, and probably a warning about track limits. That was to number 711. That's the scholarship leader, Damien Harrington, warned about his track limits. If he does any more transgressions, he'll get a penalty. Here come the leaders, Smith from Thompson. They're coming up to lap the green machine of John Coburn Evans. And here's a fight between Jonathan Lewis, Conor O'Brien. Oh, they're all over the place there. Look at this. Oh no, this contact, and Ross Billison has spun. Well, there are cars going, too many cars in too small a space there, I think. They were all over each other now. I don't know what the order's going to be coming out of that, but Ross Billison was the unlucky man who spun out. I saw some tyre smoke on the way into Abbey, so maybe he missed his braking point. That's the big winner in that was Joe Polly. Looks like she's up into 5th place now. We'll try and establish the order. It's Jonathan Lewis. He's still on the grass there, up to 3rd. I know some members of the Polly family race in autograss, but this isn't an autograss circuit. Jonathan Lewis at the head of this group now, ahead of Andrew Devaney. They're 3rd and 4th. Polly 5th, O'Brien 6th, Roberts 7th. Behind them, that looks like Nick Croydon Fowler 8th and Graham Davis in 9th. Superb stuff. Michael Winkworth has retaken the lead, I can tell you, of the scholarship division. Absolutely frantic stuff. Now here comes Andrew Devaney up the inside. He's going to take Joe Polly for 4th. Conor O'Brien tries to slip through as well. Meanwhile, here come the leaders, and Joe Thompson is ready to attack Jeff Smith again. We've still got 5.5 minutes of this to go. Much livelier than, if anything, than yesterday's Mini 7 thrash. Coming through to the complex. Thompson sizing up Jeff Smith, who's sliding about a bit. Here's the battle behind. Nick Croydon Fowler's running well in 99, attacking Lee Roberts in the number 4 car. There go the leaders, still nose to tail. Behind that group, Joe Polly and Graham Davis. Ross Billison's got going again. He's behind Adam Gould, so down in about 11th place at the moment. Leaders almost side by side. Joe Thompson trying the Jeff Smith outside run. He's been watching him do that. Can he get round the outside of Jeff? Not quite. Smith holds him. They're well clear of their opposition, some 11 seconds or near of 12 seconds up on 3rd place man Jonathan Lewis. Into Vale. Lewis has now broken away slightly into 3rd place ahead of Andrew Devaney and company behind. So that battle has rather broken apart because of that tangle at Abbey. Last time through, we saw Ross Billison go spilling, and I think Ross Billison has in fact come into the pits, as has Arnie Duncan further back in 7, 8, 9. Meantime, here's the scholarship category. Winkworth versus Harrington still at the front of the field. Darren Cox 3rd. There is Matt Ayres. And Greg Dorr behind him. He's lost a headlight from the 712 car. Behind him, Ryan Taylor. See the black cross on the yellow background on Ryan's car. That means he's a novice. You have to wear that on your car for your first 6 meetings. It's only Ryan's 2nd meeting, the ex-national mini-stocks racer. Sliding out wide there, Darren Cox, mind the curbs. Holds it together just about in 732. Almost looks like a road standard mini, that one, doesn't it? Very little sign writing on there. Here come the scholarship leaders, nose to tail over the line. Damien Harrington going for the outside. Still Smith, Thompson and Lewis at the front of the field. Or is it because Joe Thompson up the inside? Into Stowe corner, he's got it back again. Oh, fantastic. Joe Thompson, with 3 minutes to go, retakes the lead. What can Jeff Smith do? Tries to fight back as they come up towards the Vale for what will be the 12th time. This is magnificent stuff. Through the Vale, Joe Thompson hangs on. We could have a repeat of yesterday's closing stages here, with Smith trying to get past Thompson. Will it be a double for Joe Thompson to establish a clear championship lead after the first meeting of the year? 0.4 of a second in it as they cross the line. Here's the scholarship leaders, still Winkworth from Harrington. The battle behind, headed by Cox. Greg Dorr at the inside, he'll take 3rd in class away. Matty Ayres down to 5th in that category. In the Rune Speed car. Behind them, Ryan Taylor. Through the left-hander. Michael Winkworth going for his double. He's in 11th overall. Top 10 ahead, all in the 7 category. We've got somebody off on the exit of Stowe corner. We'll pick that up in just a moment. Meantime, here's the battle for fourth place, headed up by Conor O'Brien. It was Nick Croydon-Fowler. As Jeff Smith up the inside, he's retaken Joe Thompson into Stowe yet again. I saw somebody off on this section of the lap a moment ago. I'm not sure who it is though. It's Se7en, we're told, which is Greg Corson has spun off there. Jeff Smith with the lead ahead of Joe Thompson, back in front once again, and Thompson is not letting go here. They're still line astern. Yeah, there is Greg Corson, Se7en, axle deep in the gravel. He's out of the race. They've got a back marker ahead here. They're going to go either side of him. Whoa, look at that. Scaring the back marker a bit there, and Thompson switches from one side to the other. He's going for the inside into Abbey. This is going to be interesting as they head up to the complex. Will they fit through there side by side? Thompson trying for the inside. Is he going to take the lead up into Village Corner? I think he's got it. Here's the battle behind. Here are the leaders down the Hanger Straights. What's Jeff Smith going to do this time? We've only got 25 seconds on the clock, so it could well be checkered flag this time. He's going for the outside. They're side by side. I didn't see if they got the last lap board last time through, so maybe the drivers don't know themselves. We had this yesterday as well. Joe Thompson still leads. Here comes Jeff Smith. Which side's he going to go as they come into Vale? No passing at Stowe, of course. There was the yellow flag out there for Greg Corson. Thompson holds the lead on the way in. Clock has counted down to 0. We should get the checkered flag this time. Smith will try everything. They should see the checkered flag as they come out of Club Corner. There is the checkered flag, and Joe Thompson wins it. A double for Joe Thompson by 0.188 of a second. My goodness, what a dice between those two. Meanwhile, what's happening in the scholarship category? It's still Michael Winkworth. He's going for a double as well. What can Damien Harrington do? They're coming down to Stowe for the last time. They pull clear of their opposition, these two. Damien Harrington try and get the cut back through Vale and Club. This is going to be close. It looks as though Michael Winkworth has just about done enough for his double win, I think. They swing their way into Vale. Harrington a little bit skittish on the entry there. Can Harrington get one at the inside into Club Corner? He's not going to do it, and the scholarship class is going to be won by Michael Winkworth. 2 out of 2 for Michael Winkworth. Well done to him, ahead of Damien Harrington by 0.266 of a second, nearly as close as the Sevens. As for the rest of the results, well, we were that busy with the 2 class lead battles, we lost a bit of sight of the third place fight there, but well done to Nick Croydon-Fowler. He came from nowhere to take third place outright. That's brilliant. I think that might be his first ever podium, so well done to him. Fourth for Jonathan Lewis. Conor O'Brien was 5th. Andrew Devaney 6th. Lee Roberts 7th. Then Joe Polly 8th. Adam Gould 9th. And 10th for Graham Davis. We'll confirm that result in a second. 2 brilliant class battles in the Dunlop Mini 7 Challenge, supported by Mini Spares. 14 laps completed. Here's the result. Joe Thompson the winner by 0.188 of a second. Again, Jeff Smith has to settle for second place. Nick Croydon-Fowler well done on third place, which I think is his first ever podium, ahead of Jonathan Lewis, Conor O'Brien, Andrew Devaney, Lee Roberts and Joe Polly as quickly as that. Adam Gould 9th and Graham Davis 10th. Then we had the scholarship runners. Michael Winkworth just beats Damien Harrington home by 0.266 of a second. Matthew Ayres 3rd, ahead of Darren Cox and Ryan Taylor, 5th in class, 15th overall. Greg Dorr was next home in 16th, ahead of Dave Rees, making up for a non-finish yesterday. Then Stuart Gilby. There was Mark Chappell in 19th place. Rounding up the top 20, John Coburn Evans, and we lost Ross Billison, Arnold Duncan, Spencer Wanstall, unfortunately, who was in that lead battle, Jeff Williams, Greg Corson, and also Ben Seafried.